we'll say activity, and the trees are which direction to the north?
So you pointed it originally at this tree over here. Sorry, this tree over here. Sorry. Let me click a button. This
I gotta
tree
get to the right layer.
over here. There you go.
Could you make an arrow to it?
Yeah, I still
from
didn't see the
tank?
ping. You mean like
Oh,
this
sorry.
one, or?
This one right here. Is it working?
Yeah, I can see it now.
No, that was me using my arrow.
Oh, is this not whipping you guys across the map whenever I click it?
Are you shift
no.
clicking? Because
You
you're not
might be
doing
on
anything.
GM layer again.
Yeah, and you have to be
You're
on
right
the
there.
object token layer.
Should be. Is that working now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go. So yeah,
Okay.
that tree over there.
So yeah,
Activity southwest, west.
Okay. So this is a treaded vehicle.
Big speed. That's southeast.
Oh, well, it's our east. It's their west.
that's not how that works.
Okay, I mess up like that often enough. I'm sorry.
It's like they all know what you mean. Look, in rattling terminology, the compass rose is inverted, so it's fine. We get it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
Yeah,
team,
my planet's magnetic pole is shifted.
two things. We're going to have to go and breach and clear these houses and see what we can find and see if they're hostile or not. Secondly, we'll have to determine the order of that. Someone is going to have to stay here. I'm driving, and my friend here will go ahead and keep on one of the guns to support you. George, you are also a support gunner. So you can man up on the side and go ahead and brace your weapon already preemptively. I'm going to turn this vehicle 90 degrees so it is facing this direction instead for the time being. I think a treaded vehicle can do an in-place turn. Is that correct? Especially when it's not in motion.
Yeah, one tread turns one way and the other tread turns the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he just wants to rotate the car over here.
Go for it. Let's.
Okay.
I'm not sure how to give you that permission, so I'll do it. So you want it this way, yeah?
Ooh. Hey, there you go. Oh, can I select the whole vehicle? I sure can. Wow, okay. There we go. I thought I was just asking permission. There we go.
Go.
Alright. So in that case, Bigby and Alexander, you and your teams are going to go in and do the breach and clear while we support you.
Sir, yes, sir.
Oh god, thank god I don't have eyes.
And Bigby, you reported you heard noises over at the tree, correct?
Yes.
Alright.
Yes,
First thing first, I will open up flamer fire on the tree. Or hold up, never mind, sorry. We need to rescue people. I'm holding off on that. Alexander and Bigby, you need to investigate the tree first while we support you.
Let's kill the tree filled with children.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
yeah, sorry,
damn.
I completely forgot what our mission was for a second and just
Sir,
defaulted back to
did
Warhammer.
you want me to cut off all the ears of the children, sir, so you can make a necklace, sir?
Oh man, that looked great with my dress.
Yeah, we went straight to Apocalypse Now over here.
Alright, so yeah, first step, investigate that tree. If you see noises there, I highly suspect they might be hostile because they're outside in this environment. So be careful.
Sending in the combat engineer to... Okay.
Alright, so out in our mop suit and...
There you go.
As a tank!
Sneaking. Yeah. You're huge.
That's what she said. Nah, I'm kidding. That's all tubes down there.
Standing orders, if you can, disengage and let the bigger guns handle it.
Alright, so where's the Bigby token?
I did put it inside the tank, but now that it's all grouped together, I don't know how to pull it out. So instead, here you go.
Yep.
Thank you. I'm huge for rattling.
Well, you're still huge for rattling, comparatively.
It's all fine.
So, there's that. Where are you guys headed?
I guess we're heading over to this tree. I guess I'll just walk up to it.
Yeah, as you get up there,
I was
you
gonna be
notice
stealthy, but
that the tree itself, there's a massive mound of sort of like dirt and roots and sort of like rocks that have all been built up around this. So almost like where the tree starts, where you can actually see like the main trunk of the tree is almost a good like 4 feet off the ground. But once you get to the tree, you can see that it is kind of interesting. You're not familiar with this. Well, actually, you might be if you'd like to roll. I don't even know what lore this would be. So just roll me a generic lore test.
By the way,
If
Big
only
B,
there
I
was
know
if only there was a common lore botany.
I
But
know you're sniper focused. That's why I assumed you would cover me at range.
oh, well
Yeah,
then,
we have a lot of people who are
that is-
covering from the back line right now, and no one who can cover in the front line. So congratulations, Alexander. You're
I
the
guess-
front liner.
What? Just an intelligence test?
yeah, but you can also use your +20 from your cogitator.
Yeah, I'll just put a +20 on there. Which means it's
Nice.
actually a 5.6 since I'm unnaturally smart.
Nice. As you sort of you look at this biological entity, and immediately you feel disdain. But you start running through all of the catalogs of native flora that was already downloaded into your head for this planet when you first landed here. And as you start running through the different catalogs, you realize that this doesn't meet any of the things that had been programmed into you. None of the criteria. It's somewhat similar to an apple tree, and sure enough, you can see the beginnings of fruit growing in the tree limbs. But no, this is completely different. And as you look at it, you notice that there's actually like little narrow holes throughout the tree.
Having watched the call cinematic, now I imagine my eyesight's filled with like little pop-ups of, thought processes and readouts and estimated
Uh,
probabilities of being correct.
Roll me an awareness with a +30 now that you are actually analyzing this tree and standing there for some time.
When I get shot from the death holes.
What could happen? Whoa!
That's a perfect
41%
success?
chance. No, that is you managed. Well, perfect in the sense that you got exactly the number you needed to get.
Yeah, I'd call
So
that
that
perfect.
is actually the worst version of a success you can have.
Yeah,
Hey.
you did perfectly.
I call it the college try, aka the bare minimum.
The bare minimum, so long as it's bare. So, as you're standing there, your auditory implants pick up what appears to be sort of low gothic coming from the tree. You can actually hear this sort of this sort of drawn out, very soft, almost whisper of a word that just says, and as you look at it,
I'm sorry, was a word spoken or was that so low that I didn't hear a thing?
that was so low. It takes you a second. It actually registers as grandfather.
We still all have the ear implants, right? We can all talk to each other still.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, possible survivor inside the tree, sir.
Inside the tree? You only have a knife, don't you?
No. Big B.
And a box of entrenching tools.
Say, Big B, please retrieve me one outfit.
yes, sir. And he will go into the Chimera, and pick up one of the mop suits. I guess there's only one remaining.
I think you
Technically
said there
there's
was
four.
3 or 4? Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, if you have a
Okay,
plan,
no-
Alexander,
Oh no,
proceed.
it would be 3. You're right. It's 3.
Because I'm not because we were all given one, but I'm not wearing one. So, actually, make that 2. 2. Make that 2 outfits.
I'll take 2.
Takes 2.
Hear that?
Is
He's
your
taking a
flesh
break on
golem
duty.
servitor following you?
Yeah.
As you look over at your flesh servitor, you're noticing that part of the skin is actually starting to blister in this gas. You can actually see blisters forming and so sort of like, and then steeping down.
That's fine. I can get a replacement one of those without even asking.
It's mostly superficial. He doesn't
Mhm.
seem to mind. His hunchback is bearing the brunt of it.
Literally, he's a default model. He'll hand those to me like candy.
Yeah.
So many people
You'll-
are on the front lines are getting brain damaged. I can get him easy.
They don't even
Alright,
have to be
Alexander,
damaged. they
what's
can
your
just be
plan?
wrong.
Well, I'm waiting for Bigby to come back.
Oh, okay. I just didn't do my token. He'll come up here with the 2 suits.
Yeah, and then
Sure.
I'll.
Roll awareness.
You want me to roll the awareness?
Also, are you? So you're just going inside, grabbing the suits, and you're just letting the overpressure system deal with it, or are you trying to like kick the door shut behind you?
Oh, he's gonna shut the door behind him.
Okay.
Don't want to overwork the system in case there is going to be a malfunction later on.
Well, the thing about an
Are the
overpressure system is it has a limited number of air. It's
True.
kind of like a submarine in that case.
boop boop?
So, speaking of awareness, can I just like swivel the Stormbolter around, see if there's anybody else?
The
Sure.
Stormbolter's front mounted, I think, or
But
it says
it's-
hull mounted, right?
The flamer is hull mounted. The stormbolter is on the turret, so it has a full
Okay.
360.
All right. I asked earlier, and I think I got the reverse, so I'm going to reverse them now. So that is the hull mounted.
Now just imagine Jort holding like the right
is
turn
the
button and
turret.
just whee.
I went
Sorry,
to
as you look out into this this sort of like heavy fog of chemical munitions, it's kind of hard to see. And as you look around, every once in a while there'll be a gust of wind, and you can actually see it like parting, as though there's something walking up towards you before the stuff fills back in. As this sort of unidentifiable air current just occasionally will come through the trees and kick everything up and then settle it back down.
Sarge. There's something out there.
Nothing showing up on Auspex. I'll go ahead and check the Auspex and make sure that's actually sure.
All right, what are you trying to use? What
Uh,
are you trying to do? Are you just trying to do a general awareness test with it? Are you trying to search for
I'm going to do
other
a
things?
general awareness test.
Okie doke?
So, and that would be how much for equipment bonus?
That's a plus 20 to your awareness.
Plus 20. Boop.
Yeah. Sir, there's something out there. No, there's not. Looks around.
3.1.
3.1. Let's see. You got a 50-meter range, so you don't catch anything on your auspex. Surprisingly, as you sort of scan around, most everything here is dead.
Mhm.
You do. Well, you're not checking for like radio signals or anything, so it doesn't seem like there's anything out here. You do get some weird density distortions in like the air,
Mhm.
which typically means movement, but it's hard to tell whether or not that is actual movement or if it is in fact just like air currents moving around the heavier than air chemical munitions.
I'm telling you, Sarge, they're invisible.
Yeah, there is a
It's just
There-
pressure.
there is a brief clearing in the fog right here in front of you.
That's kind of interesting and weird. But on my awareness, even with 3.1, it just is a clear space and I see nothing.
Yep.
Okay. So I guess I'm just currently making sure that Alexander does not get completely ambushed or anything, and neither does Bigsby. What are they doing?
mean, Would I do that to you guys? Come on.
Oh, definitely.
Well, I'm waiting for it.
There's definitely no power to just go invisible at will.
I own these map assets. I know how much effort you put into making these
I
maps.
don't know what you're talking about.
To laying this map out. So I assume you wouldn't make a map for no reason.
That's literally what the last map was. Throw you off your game. But yeah, what are you doing at the tree? You've managed to
Tearing it
recover
open
some
from
gears.
the holes, from hole to hole.
Sure. As you look around the sort of the massive pile of roots and sort of the mound of earth, you do notice that one area is a bit hollowed out, and you're actually able to start tearing into it. And it looks as though this is a small cairn or a burial mound that was filled in. And you're able to dig down through the rocks and through the dirt, and you find like a small wooden door, and you're able to actually give me a strength test. Do you have that mechadendrite that just lets you rip shit open?
You mean a servo arm? No, that was from
Or
a book I didn't even know existed when I was making my character.
or the utility mechadendrite, because I think you can also use that.
Nope,
Well, he
I,
would have had a robot arm if they let him have one.
yeah, no, I only have the ballistic mechadendrite.
So you can attempt to use a strength test to do that, or you can just blast it open. It's your call. But this door, for the most part, it seems to be overrun with sort of the roots of the tree.
Could I just take my time and use my combat knife?
Sure, you take the next hour or so to hack away at this tree, and eventually you get the roots cleared away. For the
Jort is
most
getting
part,
more and more paranoid the longer this takes.
as you're standing out here, let me just see something. You don't want me to roll a 90 or higher. 58. All right, cool. Everything's going good.
To be fair, we're not making a lot of noise. You say hacking,
all.
and I'm doing more of a cutting.
That's not for that. This is for something far worse. So,
Mhm.
you do manage to pry open the door, and as you pry open the door, is it just the tech priest standing there, or is Big B there as well?
Covering from a distance.
Well,
I
you
guess.
came and brought the outfits. I
Suits,
guess. Did you
yes,
put the
but
outfits
we
on the ground and walk away, or?
would have tried to hand them to Alexander.
Well, you succeeded in handing it to Alexander, but since you didn't say that you hadn't left, I assume you're just standing there watching him hack at this route for the next hour.
Yeah,
But by all
this is
means, you're
fascinating.
more than able to just wander around on your own and go exploring, if you'd rather do that.
All right.
What could go
Well,
wrong?
in that case, he'll post up near that bush for some cover, and that way he can see there.
Post up
All right.
from cover. Except
All
for
right.
all the other directions that anything could come at you from.
You post up into cover.
It might
Alexander,
be maybe better there.
would you like to climb the tower? You got a real good view from there.
Literally the best option.
Yep.
Unless you suck at climbing.
Roll athletics.
With the athletics, I do suck at climbing.
Yeah, does it like have a service ladder?
Give yourself a +10 for the actual ladder that is there to get you up it. It is not. Yeah, that's.
I was just having this funny moment in my head where I imagine splat on the ground. Well,
You-
Lloyd, hope you like that
It's
third
too
character.
slippery.
I should have eaten the steak buns this morning instead of the hot buttered cakes.
You grab it and you're trying to figure out how to climb this while also holding on to your sniper rifle. You have the sniper rifle over on a 3-point sling, so it's like dangling between your legs. But between your stubby rattling legs and your stubby rattling arms, it's hard for you to reach up to the next rung. And every time you attempt to do it, you end up getting the barrel of your rifle, including the muzzle brake, caught on the rung below, which is snagging you up. So you keep trying to struggle with it. And over the span of 20 minutes, you manage to get 10 feet in the air. before
Ballistic
becoming
mechadendrite watching from behind me.
Yeah, the ballistic.
Private
Eventually-
Bigby,
Eventually, you
personal
slip
order.
and you.
Stop trying to climb.
Well, sir,
you
now
know-
I have to get down.
You're only 10 feet up. It's not hard for you to get down.
I like for him to still say that anyway.
Roll me acrobatics to get down. Just
To
don't
be
be
fair,
bad at
though,
it.
he's half the size of a person. For 10 feet, it's like 20 feet for him.
Yeah, watch. He snaps his neck as he slides 10 feet.
Did you say there was a bonus or penalty for the acrobatics?
No. Straight roll, buddy. You
Ooh, that's
as you almost got it. As you attempt to just hop down, you're like, all right, screw this. You take a step and you hop down, and as you're going, your rifle, which is much larger than you, goes sideways and gets caught between two of the supporting bars, and gets caught, and you're just dangling from the air 5 feet off the ground by your sling.
I was thinking of the that was it Dark Hope's last game with the was it No Hope or something like that? The very beginning, the girl tries to get off the burning building and she jumps off, and her thing around her neck gets caught on the thing. She hangs herself right from the building.
Alexander, continue your work, but please send your servitor over to the tower for Private Bigsby. Over.
While that is going on, you just see the Ratling's tiny little feet dangling. But as that's going on, you manage to open up the cairn underneath the tree, and the good news is you don't need the mop suits. The bad news is that's because whoever was in there, and you notice it appears to be almost like a mummified corpse. All the skin is bone dry and just adhering to the bone like saran wrap. And as you peer in, you notice that the roots are completely winding their way through the rib cage and the skull, coming out the eye socket. And as it's basically just a mummified corpse that appears to be the tree has grown through it.
What would be the best of my estimation to where the sound came from?
The sound, based on your estimations, roll me a Medicaid with a plus 40.
She just died. This tree is growing real fast.
That's
Medicaid. I know, I was making a joke while I found where the hell
10
Medicaid
minutes
was.
ago.
She swallowed an apple seed, and then the apple tree grew in her stomach.
This is what they warned you about. Yeah.
It's a bad roll.
Yeah, that's not a good roll. So you definitely know it's not coming from the corpse. If you want to spend like the next hour or so investigating, you can.
Alexander, denied. Continue to the house with Private Bigsby.
That's interesting. Now I'm hearing other voices. I have no idea where those are coming from either.
Inside my head.
Alexander, I didn't think the Mechanicus were capable of sarcasm and Snyder marks.
We're not.
So you keep telling everyone. Continue to the house, please.
Making a note. Abhorrent noises coming from area of tree. No life signs. Moving on.
Moving to the... Ooh.
Sarge, if that tree's talking, we should probably burn it down.
I agree. We'll do it on our way out.
Well, the tank is pointed flamer towards the tree. Just pointing that out.
For that particular reason, the entire time, yes.
No, I just mean right now. There's nothing.
But...
Right now, there's nothing blocking your way. I'm not standing there.
It should be like just barely in range, I think.
Oh wait, real quick. By the way, while I was standing there, this body, snotling, child, what was it?
Which one?
This one. Sorry, this one.
That looks like a child.
Okay, this just
that little guy.
This place had a lot of children. Okay, I was wondering maybe since the all the infantrymen that maybe these were snotlings that just got killed while they were here.
These seem to be humans, and not all of them are children. Some of them are adults, from what you can tell.
Some of them are ratlings.
I didn't feel like changing all the sizes, so.
All right. So, Bigsby, you're down. You two have been assigned to investigate the house. Continue the mission.
Windows?
And you just want me to stay in here, Sarge?
You're doing good work. You're the support gunner.
Gonna get that grilled cheese ready.
So good. I'm so proud.
Technically, it doesn't need to be driven right now. It can stay where it is. I could go in too, but if something happens and it needs to move, that's the terrible decision.
So the Ratling and the Tech Priest are going inside.
I will go ahead and dismount for
I already asked. Windows.
Yes, there are in fact windows on the second floor.
None on the first floor.
Go ahead and resize me.
None on the first floor. This entire building is comprised mostly of what appears to be like old, like not cobblestone, but you know, there's like those old stone cottages where it's just bricks on top of each other with mortar, somewhat uneven. And the second floor is more carved wood.
Oh, did
As well as
Ray Gun disembark the vehicle?
That's correct.
That's why he's a giant.
All right.
There you go.
I turn around. Salute, Sergeant.
In-
Permission.
in the field.
Permission
in
to
the
re-enter.
field,
Yeah, I
Alexander.
know. You still the book says to. Anyway, permission to re-enter the vehicle, sir.
Denied. Continue mission. I'm here with you.
Well, you're so cocky. You already drinking on the field too.
Yeah, taking off the mask. Take a sip of water.
Turn around,
No.
look towards the building, look towards the door. They'd never know.
All right.
Ballistic.
I'll-
Was the door already open? Or
The
just
door was already open, left ajar.
Mhm.
And as you enter in, you see that it looks as though the chemical munitions have filtered in through the ground level as well here.
well after
Right.
you
This was not
sergeants
a
first.
airtight building, I assume.
It was not.
Yeah.
Extend a hand.
Still proceeding with caution. I'm gonna set up here. And Alexander, proceed. Let's check these boxes. I got my handy dandy shovel and my handy dandy knife. I'm gonna just crack one open and see what's in here.
Sure. As you're moving the boxes around, you do see the body of what appears to be a young boy cradling an infant, and you can see that the chemical munitions have just completely rotted away, both from like where their mouth was. It's already burned through their trachea area, and you can even see their eye sockets are gone, as all of the most vulnerable and sensitive tissue is eroded away after the long exposure of the chemical munitions. Roll me a willpower save.
More
Oof.
disturbingly, though, he was sent halfway through the wall.
Yeah, halfway
Oh,
through the
no.
wall.
Where's my willpower? Here it is.
I assume that's just ray gun because I could give a shit about humans.
Yeah, you don't care about humans. You're fine. I'm not.
He's a mission.
I mean, he was holding a
Roll me a-
baby, not a fox or anything.
Oof, yeah, you're not particularly fond of this one. Negative 6.7 degrees.
Oh,
It-
yeah.
As you're looking at this, you just sort of you don't even notice that the crate you opened is full of apples that are still pristine. And as you're looking at this this poor boy and what you assume to be a sibling of some kind, roll me 1d5 insanity points, buddy.
Never lower than max, baby.
We go hard, all right?
All right. So that puts me up to 10 now.
Nice.
I do
Moving
appreciate
strong.
that the suggestion is that a commissar will shoot you in the back of the head once you reach 100.
Yep.
All right. So I kind of like ignore the apples and I try to put it out of my mind as I proceed up to the door and go, Alexander, to the door.
Is the idea that this tree might have been genetically modified to be able to be resistant to other, I don't know, planetary environments or conditions?
How would you
You've
find
already-
that out? Walk me through
you-
how you would discover this.
Well, I
It
am
might be true.
unnaturally intelligent. There's a possibility that I would have that information downloaded beforehand.
While convenient, unlikely.
You
It would
did already
be.
declare that it was alien. It is not native to this planet, and I don't know if this tiny farmhouse has genetic manipulation materials or a lab or something.
You kidding?
That's
We're
why
about
go
to
to the
find
attic.
out.
A large portion of our species is genetically modified.
Right, but usually not at the farmhouse.
Well, the farmhouse could have bought seeds. You
Oh.
understand how an economy works.
Nah.
Tell that to Monsanto.
Nah. Anyway, next door.
Well, you're
All
standing
right,
in front of it.
You open the next door.
The fire already going.
Looks like a lodge room.
Or does it? It does.
Yeah, okay. So I would say breach and clear, but here, it's pretty dead. We haven't heard a single noise. Nothing seems to be happening.
Also, wouldn't
Check
make much
left,
sense
check
since you already
right.
opened the door.
Fire is not actually on, I would assume.
Actually, it is.
Also, you don't turn a fire on.
Really?
Yeah, there are fresh timber or fresh logs burning inside of this hearth.
I'm going to, into the radio, say, There's definite signs of current activity here. There is someone here.
While this is happening, you realize, Sergeant Raygun, as you report to the rest of your team, you haven't heard the Inquisitor for like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Right. This is why I was thinking we should connect to the radio, but Alexander doesn't want to, so...
I told you it's operational. You literally only have to do it. It doesn't require me. Just talk on the radio.
That's the point.
Fuck it, I shoot the sergeant in the back of the head.
Roll your attack.
Oh god, if I only I could.
Uh-oh.
I still don't see shit out here.
Yeah, no, you're sitting out here, and like occasionally you'll hear like a footstep. You'll see like the fog like blowing out before coming back in. That's about it. But now that you're listening, you're actually every once in a while you'll hear another like single word on the wind. Sometimes it's a name, sometimes it's a bit of a prayer. It's never more than a handful of syllables.
Okay. I guess
But
for
as you-
now...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, that's fine.
Center of the room, question is... what is around here? What's on the tables, the bar? Does it look like there's papers, documents, important signias, things like that?
Nothing of any kind. This appears to just be a massive sort of like dining room.
Mhm.
It seems as though there were quite a number of people that were living, if not in this place, then around this place.
Okay. And the stairwell there goes up or down?
The stairwell there goes up. There's also a doorway to the south.
Stomp my foot twice on the floor. Does it sound hollow or solid?
Where you're at, it does not seem hollow.
All right. Alexander, to the door. We're opening it up together. It's an AirPods.
All right, you now have a -20 to awareness text based on sound. However, I will not make you roll insanity points for the talking trees, George.
Wow.
Oh, there you go.
What are you listening to? We'll come back
I
to you
have
as
no
you find
idea.
out the perfect song.
The Emperor National Anthem.
Not the Inquisitor if he radios in.
Where are you guys going? And
This
one thing
doorway
is,
here.
it is eerily quiet in here. You can hear the floorboards creaking as you walk across them, but other than that, you can hear the logs crackling in the fire. And inside of your mop suits, all of you, like when you put it on, it was wet, and you realize that these mop suits have almost a perpetual layer of other people's sweat in them. And now,
I'm adding
with
my
this-
own.
now, yeah, exactly. Now with this additional heat, you're also adding into you're pretty sure a few more hours of this, and you're gonna start sloshing as you take steps.
I gotta choose which chemical warfare I have to endure. I don't know which one's worse.
All right, where would you like to go?
This doorway.
All right, as you go through that doorway, I'll just then because I don't like it. There you go.
Another
You go into the next
watch.
area.
Dupe, breach and clear. Left, right. Hey, there's a
Oh,
book on the table.
Note to
There's a
self,
book on the table.
lungs
Would
on
you like to read
fire.
it?
Checking it out.
My dearest
Well-
Angela, this war has caught me fierce and tired.
It says, are you gonna read it, or do you just want to bag it and tag it?
I'm gonna take a quick read of it to see if it's important.
It says 1 pound pasta uncooked. Use campanelli. 3 tablespoons virgin olive oil. 1
That's
pound.
personally important.
I mean, it makes more sense why there's a cleaver on the table next to it.
Chicken
Yeah.
1 pound chicken sausage, salt, pepper, 1 pound baby, and then underneath it, Bella mushrooms, quartered.
Oh, wait, what was that last one? Mushrooms. No, before that. Campanella. No, between that.
1 pound.
Salt,
But it's the baby comment serious.
No, it's clearly that they ran out of space on the page and had to go to the next line. 1 pound baby Bella mushrooms. There we go. 1 bunch kale. 8 cloves garlic. A third
There
cup
we go.
dry white wine.
All right. Well, unfortunately, does not feel very important.
Although you do look over and you see that there are, like, as you go through the book with the different ingredients, there's also a catalog of almost like a vintner, but for different ciders,
Mhm.
rating them between like 1 and 5 stars.
Jort, cookbook,
Right.
keep or no keep?
I can't hear you.
Jort! Oh,
There's
dear
silence.
God! Something's happened to the
there's nothing-
tank!
Oh
You know
no, he's
what?
got his AirPods in. He can't hear
I
us.
will take this with me, but it is going to be a present for Jort.
There you go.
And I will be right back real quick.
Jort, fire
Yep,
the gun!
Alexander,
Jort!
you're in charge.
Jort, fire the gun!
Alex- Alexander, you're not getting anything back from Jort. Also, based on that book, you realize that these giant barrels of apple cider, apparently this is a world famous orchard that makes some of the best both hard and regular cider on the planet.
Alright, Big B.
It's super expensive,
Yeah.
and for the most part, you could probably sell this for thousands of chits.
Which is meaningless.
The
Chit-
downside is, for the most part, only the aristocrats ever get to
These
drink this
chits
shit.
aren't worth shit. Big B, go back and check on Jort. He's not responding on the ear pods.
I'll go back to the Chimera and
And I will open the next door.
Where are you going?
to the Chimera to check in on Jordan.
All right, before you leave, as you're exiting the kitchen, and you walk out through here. Yeah, as you're walking out, roll me awareness, and I'm also going to click a button, and we're gonna see what happens.
That's how
I
Jort
work
got
better
Big
without
B
the
killed.
aspects.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna add a 20-point penalty to this roll. As soon as I can find the roll. Let me warn you guys ahead of time. Don't make hundreds of character sheets for each NPC villain that may or may not show up.
Why not?
Yeah,
Sounds
you want to
perfect.
group them. So how well are the purple orcs doing?
So, Bigby, as you are walking out of here, you notice in the stairwell this sort of brief shimmer, and you turn just in time as this strange looking humanoid covered in glowing green tattoos almost. You don't make out more than its long flowing hair, the green tattoos, and its very, very sort of like ash gray skin. The other thing you notice is the fact that it is swinging a vicious, vicious sword in your direction.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Also, I grabbed the wrong token. So, the good news is you do not get ambushed. The bad news is, even though you are not ambushed, we have to roll for initiative.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
And I've already forgotten if there was an initiative button.
I think you just roll a d10 plus your agility bonus.
Yeah, I think that's what we had to do last time. So 1d10, and my agility is 41, so that's a +4. Oh, d10, not a d20. That'll be good. Right? I'll have an 8.
Sounds good. I'll take one of those as well.
Alright. Sergeant Laszlo's dead. Get out of here.
I got a 9.
Alexander, what did you roll?
8.
8. Jort got a 9. Big B.
You got a cut in the face.
If we're lucky. And of course, the always lovable ray gun.
Yeah.
Alright, Bigby, what'd you get? 4. Oh,
Four.
Jesus. That's not so healthy. Ghost has 12. Ray gun has 8. So many 8s.
Spooky go.
8's an important number.
That's right, you're gonna go to rip his face off. Old man Jenkins.
Alrighty then. I'm sure everything will be fine. Let me just make sure he doesn't have any immediately murderous things. Immediately?
Well, no one in this group is named Bond, so we should be fine.
Mm,
All right. It's movement. Cool.
He only wants to take the Hobbit to Isengard. He'll kill Sean Bean.
All true. Here we go. As you turn, Bigby, you notice that this weapon is flashing out, and it is moving unreasonably quickly. To the
Oh
point where
boy.
it's almost hard to follow.
Well, if you hit, I'm going to try to dodge, because that's about the best I can do. Oh boy.
Well, that's not gonna be great. I hope the blade is primitive.
All right. So, as you stand, you stumble back, and the blade like comes up like this, and as you start to bring your weapon up to block, it swoops down and slashes across your leg.
Oh, armor is the flak armor is what, 4 points?
Plus your toughness. So you'll be reducing this by an amount.
Ooh, it is not primitive. It is not limited, is it? Or, well, I guess that's the role. If it was primitive, it gets limited to back down.
I mean, also Pen 3 ain't gonna be pretty.
Pen 3 is not gonna be pretty either.
Yeah. So as
I have armor 7
yep, that sounds right.
total toughness.
Mhm.
So 11 goes through, looks like.
It's like, and this is to your leg. Actually, that should have been a called shot, so I apologize, but still, it's a hit.
All right, so 11 points goes through, it looks like, from penetration, pen 3 minus the
So
armor
you'd have
7 gives me 4 points.
correct. So
So-
you take 11 points of damage.
I'm down to 1 wound.
And that's, to be fair, that's because he is the tankiest possible Ratling he could have rolled.
Right.
Yeah.
Ratlings are super squished.
And
Weedy wouldn't have done anything for me.
what's that?
The size of Weedy.
Yeah,
W-E-E-D-Y.
technically, Weedy, I believe, gives a -10 for people to shoot you
Okay.
because you're
This
tiny.
wasn't
You're
shooting.
hard to hit. Yeah, I'll look that up. Either way, that would have been a hit. But as a matter of fact, look up the size Weedy in your book at home. But it's either a -10
that
to
right
ballistic
now.
skill, but you also get a +10 to your stealth. So that's nice.
Either way, 4 degrees of success would have still got you.
Still, it's good to know. Also, as you take a step back and stagger backwards, your leg, you just feel a pinprick of pain, almost like there's like 100 needles jabbing in to your thigh and your calf muscle as you try to put weight on it. Your leg crumples underneath you. I need you to make a toughness save, my friend.
Just roll straight toughness.
Yes. Oh, actually, hold on a second. When a target suffers at least 1 wound from this weapon, he counts as being crippled for the remainder of the encounter or until healed of all damage. So this isn't even a toughness test. This is just you suffer crippling. So effectively, as you try and stand up, you realize that if you try to take more than a half action on your turn, chances are you're going to tear that wound even worse, dealing more damage to you.
Oh, It's good to know that's an effective as weapon. I assumed just because his outfit got ripped open and he was exposed to the environment.
So, keep in mind that yes, your mop suit has been punctured, and you are now in a situation where you're exposed to a nerve agent, and also you don't even have the extra layer of protection that is your skin, as there is
Oh
a
boy.
gaping wound in your leg. So you are going to need to try and patch that suit, which fortunately you can. All it takes is a half action
All right.
and a
Well, I'll
tech.
try that when my turn comes around.
Okie doke. And with that, that was just a standard attack. This little guy is going to try his very best. Now that he's attacked you with your leg, he is going to do a little something something, which is called running the fuck away.
Oh, I thought he moved up and attacked.
He was actually already there. The rattling moved into his path.
Yeah, he
Okay.
discovered a stealthed object.
Boop boop.
In the meantime,
So this
Jort
little
back
guy,
on the thing, rocking out to some tune. Like he's
Yeah, right.
like he's the best friend in a horror movie. He doesn't hear the screaming going on.
I'm just listening to She thinks my chimera is sexy over here.
Ah, a fan of the 3800s music, I see.
that's how we do it. Let's see, movement is 8 as a half action. Cool. So yeah, you just see him disappear upstairs.
All right, they're up there somewhere.
Toot toot toot. Jort. Chilling. Ray gun.
I'm going to go ahead and overwatch in this direction, and I'm going to go ahead and say, Bigby, get back to the Chimera. Alexander, get up in there and clear the room. I have you covered.
Oh
So I'm
man.
taking the overwatch action in this direction.
Uh,
Do you want Big B to go alone with one wound left, though?
He's got to get back somehow.
you have a comrade. Did you leave your comrade on the thing?
Yeah, the comrade's on the other gun.
On the other gun. Oh, you. Okay.
Yeah, on the flamer.
Right.
I'll allow him to be able to use it, but technically you're out of cohesion. So bear
Mhm.
that in mind.
Yeah, and you don't have
Okay.
a portable Vox or anything.
Yeah, we'll cover it when it
Well, he has the
becomes
microbead.
necessary.
Oh, do the
Yep.
comrades have the ear things?
All
too?
right. Yep. Alexander, you've heard some shenanigans going on in the other room. What would you like to do?
Well, I've been given a suicide order, so
Sounds right.
yeah. So I'm just trying to see. My movement is a full move is a half action or
A full move is your full action.
oh really? So what's
You
a
can also
run?
sprint. You can also run. A run is also a full action, but you get to run. The difference is if you do it for too long, you'll gain fatigue.
Ah,
Yeah.
let's just see what. Wow. So a half action move would get me that far.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
getting you very far.
All right.
Have to literally run in there or
What's
something.
your agility? Yeah.
My agility
Jeez.
is 30 something. So my
So
movement.
you have 6. Oh, your movement is 6. Your half move is 3, right?
Hold on. My full move is 6. So if a full move is a full action, I could literally get to the edge of the doorway anyway. So another 3. Boom! On my way, sir.
Okay. Well, I mean, Emily's still covering it, and Big B gets to run away.
Big B can only move a half action. He can only take a half action on his turn, and he needs at least a half action to, like, basically pinch his suit, wrap it in duct tape.
Mhm.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
otherwise
let's
he's
do
already
that
been
first.
exposed to neurotoxin.
Well, if he doesn't do anything, he definitely will be, so.
Big B, it's your turn.
All right, gonna take a half action to patch the suit.
All right, roll me a tech use or trade armor with a plus 30 as you attempt to repair your suit. You get the duct tape, you're wrapping it up. Actually, this probably be more than that. So give it a plus 40 to your tech use.
Plus 40? Oh, goody.
hmm
Yep, I'm dead.
Yep. So while you're out there, you take. See here, 1d5 damage. It could be low. You take 4 points of damage, and this is going to be to your body. Well, I guess this would have to be. No, it's going to be to your body because it's infecting you. So we're going to go with that.
Right.
But on top of that,
Well, could I use a fate point to re-roll that?
yeah, and because you're
think I
using your
will.
fate point at a +10, so that would be a +50.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good point. Good thing to remember for the future.
That's how we do. As you're frantically trying. All right, there you go. As soon as this hits you, you stumble backwards, and you go, "Oh no!" And you're realizing that the little goggles that you have in your mop suit are starting to fog up, but you can actually feel a breeze, and you're like, "That's not a good sign." And immediately your hand drops down to your thigh, and you pinch the suit. Your hand goes back to the other little pocket that you have on your hip, and you pull out the emergency adhesive tape, also known as duct tape, and you wrap it around that section multiple times, sealing it. You're definitely going to need to get this actually repaired, but for the time being, you are protected against the chemical environment. As your
Excellent.
breath starts to stabilize, as you realize, okay, all right, my flesh isn't going to be melted off of my body. Okay, we can do this.
Only a little bit.
Meanwhile, the Spectre is going to take a full action. Everybody roll me. Hold on a second. Effectively, you need to roll an awareness check better than this creature's stealth check. And it is a +0 to the roll.
Okay. And I am in possession of my own personal aspects. Does that give me a +20, or is that something I have to actually be using?
Yeah, if you actually had it out, like I'd say if you wanted to have an Auspex and like a pistol-sized weapon, you could have that constantly. Otherwise,
Yeah,
unless you
I'm
have
using
it
a rifle right now, so the answer is no, I don't see anything.
Do you want me to roll awareness too, or?
that's not really going to apply. You are both. You can't see through the walls, and you can't hear the cries for help because you put AirPods in.
Yeah, so I didn't think so, but I figured I'd ask.
So while this is going on, I'm gonna need. All right, Bigby, you can actually hear the footsteps on the floor above you, and then they gradually fade out. So you're not gonna have a penalty if this thing comes back anytime soon.
All right.
Jort, chilling.
I guess
Roll,
I'll spin around again real quick.
all right, roll me an awareness.
Oh yeah. I'm taking a nap.
Dang.
Again, it's going to be
Alright.
the Freddy Krueger moment where he stabs you through a turret or something.
All right, as you're sitting out there, you don't hear any gunshots, you don't hear anything else. You have your ear pods, and you're like, you know what? This is like a tractor. She'd think this is sexy too. She'd think Michael Mayer was sexy. And while this is going on, you don't notice any of the shifting fog around you.
Right.
You found your happy place. Ray gun.
Jort hostiles. Keep aim. Keep aim.
Roll me a
I'm
command test to see if you can, just through the sheer volume of your voice, cut through his earphones.
1.
All right. Jort, you hear, not coming through your earpods, but coming through the actual comm channel in the Chimera itself, a very irate ray gun.
Hostiles confirmed. What did they have? Bigby, what did they use?
Some kind of blade.
It's a goddamn sword. I am going to go ahead and take another Overwatch action to make sure other people are safe.
It was
Right.
a huge blade. It was longer than me.
Alright, I guess I'll take one of my earpods out and be like, "What? What's she saying?"
Overwatch, Overwatch.
Oh,
And yeah, that's my turn.
it's past my turn, Sarge. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Next turn.
Alexander, you're up.
That's how the universal engagement operations work, sir. You only fire at each other once at a time. I mean, technically, wouldn't it have been able to contact his own comrade in the Shimra? Hey, poke Jordy, would you?
Sadly, the comrade is also listening to earbuds.
We got like the Dr. Dre pill speaker going on.
Mm-hmm. This is my shit right here. He actually brushes his teeth to this every morning. It's jam.
Well, that's my full turn.
All right, noted.
Not much I can do
Bigby,
when I
you're
move
up.
slow as molasses.
All right, I can't adjust my character's movement rate on the sheet, but Weedy gives you -1 to your agility bonus for your movement.
So yeah, I guess move one less.
What is your
Right.
movement?
I'm gonna get you some
So-
robot legs, make you go faster.
I guess this would be a half move as a half action.
Yep.
There we go.
We're on it. It's a race.
Oh my gosh. Well, at least now, if they get back up adjacent to you, they'll be in my vision. That's what I really need.
I mean, unless they stealth around us, in which case you'll never see it, and they'll stab us in the back. You just see our bodies flop forward.
Oh yeah, totally.
Hey.
It'd be a horror movie for you. You're just stuck in a room. You know there's a monster out there somewhere.
Hey, I'm the commander. I gotta leave last.
That's how it goes. But as you get slammed by this blade, the Alexander and ray gun, you're not as familiar with this, but Bigby, you're actually tracking the sound of this thing's footsteps, and that's why you're a bit confused when it manages to just seemingly appear right here, and then again right here as it charges forward. Raygun, you are going to get a chance to fire as this creature goes into your Overwatch.
Hooray! So let's go ahead and roll to hit. I have no aim because this is Overwatch, correct?
Correct.
This is at point blank, I assume.
Actually, point blank is within 3 meters, and I believe you are outside of that.
Alright, so this is short range then.
This is short range.
Alright, I'm going to go with standard fire, so I will shoot it once.
Just bear in mind, hold on a second. Any character who loses the opposed test is unable to follow the Mandrake's flitting movements until it strikes. So effectively, I'm going to say that because you went into Overwatch, it doesn't apply to you. This will apply to the Tech Priest, who won't be able to attack.
Mhm.
As far as I'm reading this correct.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
You don't even notice it until it's there.
Yeah. In which case, I have my -5 for custom grip, and since I'm not in cohesion with my buddy, I have no way to counteract that. I don't get
That
the
is
+5
correct.
for him being around. So let's
But
roll.
I will say you get to shoot before. Oh, nice.
Dang, yeah, there you go. It hit. It's only a single shot, but I mean, it still hit.
Yeah,
Oh,
roll your.
question I meant to ask before: do our battery packs get recharged the ammo for the las guns at all, or is that something we have to requisition? Just so I'm clear.
You would have to requisition more ammo, but it should
All right.
be
Yeah, I'm at
ubiquitous,
48. I
so
go down to
effectively
47.
you get to have it. All right, cool.
All right, let's do the damage of a singular good hit, which is.
Yeah, you see as you fire, it goes. It hits its shoulder, and it stops, and it looks at you for just a second. And as it takes the damage, it is going to attempt. Now that it realizes that there's way more people down here than it was expecting, it is going to attempt to dodge it. Since you didn't do damage, it won't really matter. And as soon as you hit it, it stops, and you just see it sort of flicker for a few seconds before it disappears, and you've lost sight of it.
Crazy.
And we are going to pause the initiative. You are back on narrative time, as this creature everything goes completely back to being completely silent.
All right. If it has disappeared after that, I am still going, go, 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 get out. And I think I probably move faster than the halfling, so I'm going to be ushering them out. The ratling.
Yeah. You managed to grab the ratling and just sort of like carry him out.
Right. So back in the Chimera for the moment, making sure that you're patched up, and you okay, Bigsby?
I'll live.
So,
Vermak.
after hearing that there's enemies around and seeing like 3 people just start charging the Chimera, I go to shoot at you guys, and then I realize it's Alexander, and I'm like, oh, okay.
And then
Never
you're
mind.
like, all right, I'm definitely shooting. All right. Well, I'm going to look to you, Jordan, and go like, keep your eyes open.